Local governments, particularly through the leadership of their mayors, play a significant role in terms of bringing the climate change agenda and the responses to climate change, particularly when you talk about vulnerable communities, as well as when you talk about localities where populations are dense. They do play a critical role in addressing the climate change impacts at that level. Resources, particularly funding that is being put in place, particularly for adaptation. And when we are talking about big cities, mega cities, growing cities, and particularly in Africa, we are seeing huge backlogs as far as infrastructure is concerned. And we are also seeing huge gaps in terms of financing for infrastructure. Cities are continuously facing major crises, particularly with regard to access to basic services like such as sanitation, basic services such as water, clean water, basic services such as access roads. And therefore, with increased population growth rate, particularly for Africa, which is now estimated at about 3.6% annual growth rate of population, where we are seeing about 60 to 70% of the urban population will be based in urban areas. It is definitely a huge, huge challenge. The city of Johannesburg, what we want to see are the innovations that are taking place. Innovations, particularly with regard to adaptation to climate change. In the last few months within the city of Johannesburg and in the greater Gauteng region, we have seen storms really affecting not only the infrastructure but also the populations and even contributing to certain levels of conflict. So we want to see how Johannesburg in its own innovative way is addressing these issues and impacts related to climate change. We're also interested in seeing the innovations around energy efficiency. As we know, with growing cities, demand for energy and energy services increase at a very high level. The costs of energy provision, even at household levels, grow very steeply. So we want to see what Johannesburg is doing to address, even issues related to energy. The whole issue of transport and sustainable transport and mobility. How many people are now using non-motorized transport? What access services has the city put in place to provide for this? So we are looking at the whole realm of the integrated approach that a growing city, a mega city such as Johannesburg has put in place for other cities to learn from.